sometimes interviewers will kick things off with a really broad question like, John, tell me about yourself. That's your moment to shine with a mini pitch that showcases your skills, your experience, and what you can bring to the table. Well, welcome back to the Impact Through Voice podcast. I'm Lisa Hugo, and today I'm talking to you about how to effectively pitch yourself. We're talking about specifically the elevator pitch, and I'm also going to tap into the audio logo. Now, it might be a bit of a foreign word for you, but I'm going to explain it all as we go through. Why is an elevator pitch so important? Because first impressions are everything. You might bump into a potential client, investor, or a dream employer anywhere at a networking event, in a coffee shop, or yes, even in an elevator. So a punchy elevator pitch can open up opportunities by sparking interest and starting conversations. Okay, so what is an elevator pitch? Well, you've got just 30 to 60 seconds, roughly the time of an elevator ride, to sell yourself on your idea. And you want every word to count so that you can leave a lasting impression. So let's have a look at a couple of scenarios where a really good elevator pitch could make a difference for you. Networking events. Imagine you're at a conference and you're surrounded by potential clients and someone says, "Oh, so what do you do, John?" Bam. That's your cue. A well-rehearsed pitch that highlights your unique value can turn a casual chat into a really great business opportunity. Then think about job interviews. Now, sometimes interviewers will kick things off with a really broad question like, John, tell me about yourself. That's your moment to shine with a mini pitch that showcases your skills, your experience, and what you can bring to the table. And then there are chance encounters. Have you ever thought about running into some big-time investor in your industry, maybe in a lobby, maybe in a shared workspace? If you've got your elevator pitch ready, you can confidently introduce your vision and maybe, just maybe, get them intrigued enough to want to hear more. In every one of these situations, your elevator pitch is like a key that could unlock doors to new, exciting opportunities. It's not just crafting what you say, it's also how you say it is going to be imperative to how it comes across. You need to be clear, you need to be confident, and you need to be compelling. So, how do we craft an elevator pitch? Well, it comes down to 4 key components: the who, the what, the why, and then a solid call to action, CTA at the end. The who, the what, the why, and then a solid call to action to finish. So let's start with the who. Just start with the basics. You're going to give them your name, and if it's applicable, you're going to share your job title or the role that you play in your project or your business. Now, this isn't just about your name. It's about setting a stage for what's going to come next. You want it to be friendly. You want it to be approachable. You want it to be strong. You want it to be confident. And what I hear a lot when people share their name, they just introduce themselves with their name and they mumble or they rush through it. And very often, particularly here where we live, most people are coming in from another language. English isn't the first language. And so I hear a lot of people saying their name, introducing their name with the speed and the accent that they're accustomed to in their native language. But not everybody is going to understand that. So it's really important that you slow down and you enunciate very clearly. Another really great tip for introducing your name is to go up on the first name and down on the second name with your pitch. So, hi, my name is Lisa Hugo. So I'm going up on the first name and down on the second. And then you go on to tell them what you do. Next, we have the what. This is where you dive into the heart of what you offer. But instead of just getting lost in lots of details, I want you to focus first on the essence of what your service, your product is, or your skill set. Think about answering the question, what problem do I solve? Or what value do I add? You need to make it relatable and you need to make it easy to understand for that listener. Then you go into the why. Now, this is the most important part of your pitch because it's what's going to set you aside from the crowd. What is your USP, your unique selling point? It could be your innovative approach. It could be your unique skills. It could be a novel product that you have to feature. This is your chance to shine and make them remember you. And I'm going to give you some examples of how this all comes together in a moment. And lastly, you want to leave them with the call to action. End with a bang. What do you want from them? It might be, let's get together for a meeting. It could be a follow-up call, or it could just be, hey, go check out my website or follow me on Instagram. Whatever it is, just be clear and be concise, not pushy, but just guide the next steps if they're interested to move to the next step with you. So here's an example of an elevator pitch. Hey, I'm Alex, a renewable energy consultant. I help businesses transition to green energy solutions, cutting costs and carbon footprints. Now, unlike traditional consultants, I offer a hands-on approach, working directly on site to implement sustainable practices. If you're interested in a greener future for your business, let's get together and have a chat over a coffee. Okay? So it's all in there. This pitch packs in who Alex is, what he does, the unique approach that he can bring, and then the call to action, all in just a few sentences. If you can craft your pitch like this, it will make a world of difference in grabbing attention and opening doors for you. I'll share an example of my personal elevator pitch. Hey, I'm Lisa Hugo, a voice and performance coach to executives, leaders, and experts. I help senior level people who struggle to be seen as an authority and expert because their communication skills and lack of confidence are holding them back. And I teach them how to use their voice, their body language, tell stories, and deliver a message that audiences want to listen to. This in turn also builds their confidence. So if you would like to know more or if you would like to develop this skill for yourself, please go visit my website, lisahugo.com, and schedule a call with our team. So mine's a little bit longer, but it's still all there. Introducing myself, who I serve, what they struggle with, how I help them, and then a call to action to go and book a call with our team. So I want to be able to guide you now through this process of creating your own elevator pitch. And we've got a template for you. So if you want to grab that template, all you need to do is go to lisahugo.com/elevator pitch. That's lisahugo.com/elevator pitch. All right. So I'm going to guide you through this template anyway here on the podcast. You're going to start with an introduction. Start with your name and the role that you play, and make it engaging and make it memorable. Then you're going to move on to the problem you solve. Briefly describe the problem or the need that you address and make sure it's relatable. I specialize in solving XYZ. Then you're going to move into what's your USP. Highlight what makes your approach or your solution stand out. Unlike others, I do things like this. Unlike others, I focus on this one special area that most people ignore. Then you're going to move into the benefit. Explain the value or the benefit that you or your solution provides. Focus on impact. This means the benefit or the impact for my clients or my customers. And finally, that call to action. Conclude with what you're looking for or what you want the listener to do next. All right, I'll share another example. So you've got plenty to work with. Hey, I'm Jamie, a digital marketing strategist focused on small businesses. I specialize in turning tight budgets into big impacts by optimizing online presence. Now, unlike the one-size-fits-all approach that most of my competitors use, I tailor strategies to each client's unique brand and audience, making sure that maximum engagement is achieved and maximum growth. Now, this means more visibility, more leads, and more sales for my clients. I'd love to share some success stories and explore how I could help your business to thrive. What if we schedule a call sometime next week? All right, so that's covering, again, all of those key areas. Your introduction, followed by the problem you solve, your unique approach solution, the benefit, and then a strong call to action. So that is the elevator pitch. Now, I want to introduce you to a mini version of your elevator pitch, which I call your audio logo. Now, we all know what a logo is. It's a series of colors and shapes and visuals and maybe short phrases which brand a company or brand an individual. It's instantly recognizable and it clearly represents you or your brand with just a few words. And that's basically what an audio logo is too. It's like the soundtrack of a brand's identity, playing a similar role to what a visual logo does, but in an auditory form. Creating a spoken version of an audio logo involves then translating the instant brand recognition and the emotional connection of an audio logo into a very brief spoken message. Here's an example. For busy bees seeking fitness, we conquer time constraints, guiding you to health and vitality. So you see, or you can hear, that the audio logo is much more condensed. It's much shorter than your elevator pitch. It's a succinct message, and it packs all the elements of a spoken audio logo. Who you serve, busy professionals. What your challenges are, lack of time. What your goals and desires are, staying fit and healthy. And how we help you by offering a time-efficient fitness solution. This is also listed in the template that we are offering if you want to go and grab that. And the link will be in the show notes to that as well. So here's how you can craft your audio logo. Let me talk you through it. We're going to start with who you serve. Start with a concise mention of your target audience or the community that you're addressing. It should be very specific. Really hone in on who is your target customer, your ideal customer, and allow the listeners then to immediately identify, is this message for me or not? And if it's not, I don't need to listen in. Then you're going to identify the challenges of your ideal customer. Quickly highlight a common challenge or a pain point or a desire that your audience faces. This should resonate with them and capture their attention. Then you're going to lead into what are their goals and desires. Mention what your audience aspires to achieve or what they desire, linking it directly to the challenge that you've mentioned just before. This will help them to create an emotional connection. And then finally, you're going to finish up with how you help. Conclude with a brief statement on how you provide a solution or aid in achieving their goals. It should be powerful and memorable, leaving a lasting impression of your value proposition. So, for example, mine could be so short. It could be, I empower leaders to command the stage and captivate audiences using proven techniques from the theatre world. Having a strong elevator pitch and an audio logo ready for networking opportunities, job interviews, client meetings, and other professional settings is a hugely valuable asset. If you continue practicing and refining your pitches and your audio logos, then you're going to become more comfortable with them and more natural in the way that you deliver them. All right, that was a very short episode for you. I hope it's been helpful. I'm going to wrap it up now. Until next time, keep speaking your truth. and making a difference with your voice. Congratulations, you just finished another episode of Impact Through Voice. You're well on your way to making a positive impact in the world with your voice. If you want more, head on over to lisahugo.com/podcast for the show notes and all the links that we mentioned in this episode. And if you've enjoyed this episode, then please do us a favor, subscribe, and also leave us a review. It really does make a difference. Both myself and my team love to read your comments, and it helps inspire future episodes. Hey, we might even read your review on one of our future episodes, so stay tuned. And until next time, keep speaking your truth and making an impact through your voice.